That is a piece of lead. It looks like a lead piano. Everybody knows what that is. A bazinger. Well, I kind of ended up cutting a double plug. I cut that first. And I got this horse tack. I guess it's part of an old bit. And then put it back in, swung it again, and then look at this. A little tiny rains guide, a brass one. And you see the wear on it. Super cool. Always re-swing those holes. I mean, you know, you get a chunk like that and you think, well, that's it. But then that put off a great tone. I was kind of hoping for a coin, but look at the shape of that end. It's kind of like diamond shaped. Very nice.
I say, don't be a girly man.
I have one of the historical aerials up here, and this is the 59, and this is a swim resort called Muzzy Lake. And if you'll notice, let me see, I'll point. This is the bathhouse here, and then I think the parking area was up in here. I know we swam out there some probably in the 60s, but you can see the beach area here, and then they had a beach over on this side. This area is all pretty much, this has been drained, and then this area has been taken over by the city. They have graded all this down. So any goodies are long buried. But anyway, American Aggregates took it over quite a few years ago, and then another company bought them out. But anyway, I went back to the main building, and they let me sign a release so I could get in and search the beach area. And this has been a year and a half or so ago, but I've been wanting to share the story with you because it's kind of interesting. So I get there and I park out here along the road, and of course they have no trespassing signs and all that up, and of course you can see the fence is all smashed down, so people have been going back in there. But of course I had official permission to go back there, so it wasn't a problem. So I get in, and you can see the remnants of the bathhouse or concession stand, whatever. But sometime after 59, it looked like they built a couple other buildings. So I think maybe they had a ladies and a men's, and then maybe they turned that into a concession stand. I'm not sure. But anyway, I searched and searched, and obviously I could tell that the place had really been pounded. But this is the ironic part, was I think I got over in here, and all of a sudden I started getting hits. And I'll be sharing here in my next clip what I found. But the only thing I can figure is that maybe there's some large poplar trees there now, and the only thing I can figure is when someone was in there detecting, whatever day it was, or months, whatever, maybe one of those poplar trees had fallen on the beach. So that meant they couldn't get in there and detect the sand. As a matter of fact, I talked to a lady who was 85, 86, and she was at Ohio State back in the 40s. And she actually mentioned that her and her girlfriends would actually come to Urbana, Ohio to come to this club and swim. So you can imagine all the coins that were lost in that sand. And I just have to try to wrap my head around probably the coins the first guy took out of that place, who went through that place. But I was grateful to find what I did, and I have entitled what I found "The Last of the Muzzy Lake Hoard," so that'll be coming up in a moment. Now, as you can see, I've written on there, I really wanted to write "The Last of the Muzzy Lake Hoard," but anyway, I didn't do that. And you can see how I wrote that with a permanent marker. My boss, when I was a teenager, used to call that my childish scrawl. My handwriting is not up to par. So anyway, let's get into this. Try to be as still as I can. I mean, it's nothing great, but like I say, I'm swinging for an hour and a half, and I'm getting nothing. And all of a sudden, I hit a 64. And then I would say three or 4 feet away, I hit this Jefferson nickel. And then I got this Buffalo, dateless. I did clean it in peroxide and lemon to bring it back up. But as you can see, whoops, let me get it over here. Yeah, March 2016. Not much left of that side. And then I hit, I mean, these were all in like a 20-foot square area. And that's what I was saying. The only thing I could figure, you know, whoever was out there detecting apparently just could not get to this area. There's a 57 wheat. There's a 41 wheat. But I'm happy to get it. But I just cannot imagine the person that went in there, you know, and got first crack. The jewelry and the coins, 41 Washington here. But the jewelry and the coins they pulled out of there were probably just by the handfuls. So there you have it, the last of the Muzzy Lake Hoard. If anybody thinks they can find anything else out there, you know, have at it. I think I went back the day after, I think it was the day after. I think I spent another 2.5 hours and I couldn't find anything. So, I mean, just absolute stroke of luck that for some reason that area wasn't detected. So, I hope you enjoyed this piece. Thank you.